What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so I want to go ahead and talk about this, man. So I debated whether to talk about this on YouTube or the Patreon, so I'm going to talk about this on YouTube. So, Druski, all right, comedian Druski recently had this sketch that went viral of him playing a NASCAR loving white Southern boy, I guess, right? That's what you call him, right? Or hillbilly, whatever. And, me personally, I thought it was pretty funny. Okay. I thought it was real funny. And the thing that was real notable about it was if I didn't know that was Druski, I would have thought that was, albeit a somewhat weird looking, I would have thought that was a weird looking hillbilly type dude. But he got the hair mullet, the Mo Howard / mullet thing working, the Larry the Cable Guy, goatee going, the hillbilly Jim, what you call that shit? The jumper on. He got no t-shirt on, and he got the tan lines, that you get from being out in the sun, and he the fingers, the makeup that they use is top notch, and at the end of the day, it's great. It's a great sketch, and at the end of the day, it's funny. At least to me, it's funny. But you got people who are crying and whining and complaining, and it's mostly about, they'll say this is black privilege. Oh, he gets to play a white guy, but if we get to play, or we try to do what he's doing, wear blackface, and we're racist. And see, this is the problem I have with people like this, man. And I see Jason Whitlock pushing this, which isn't surprising at all. And it's backfiring because most white people find it funny. It's funny how a lot of these racists love to call black people, soft or woke or whatever term you want to use, right? But when I look on X, which has become predominantly right wing, right, since the election of Trump, because a lot of people have moved over to Blue Sky, or whatever it's called, Blue Ski or Blue Sky, whatever. A lot of people on the left have. When I look at people complaining about shit, man, I got to be honest with you. A lot of these racist motherfuckers, man, they complain about every fucking thing. Everything they got a hair up their ass about. Number one, if you're playing a character and your only motivation is to make fun of a particular race, then how is that not racist? Like, what I'm getting at is, and what people don't seem to comprehend because their IQs are too low, is that Druski is making fun of a NASCAR hillbilly. Unfortunately, he's at a disadvantage doing that in his normal state because he's black. You see how that works? So he has to portray him and get him in makeup as a white guy. See, if the role necessitates you being a black guy, or if the skit necessitates you being a black guy, then that's something different. Now look, the way I view things and the way that I look at shit is different from somebody probably that's younger than me. because I saw certain things and grew up watching certain things, and it didn't necessarily offend me. Okay, I'll give you a case in point. Robert Downey Jr. 2008, right? Now I was 27, 28 years old when the movie came out. But in this movie, Robert Downey Jr. plays a method actor, sort of in the vein of a Daniel Day-Lewis, a guy who's totally committed to his craft, his art, his work, uh, and you know, a lot of method actors, excuse me, they tend to stay in character for the duration of the production. You know, Jim Carrey infamously or famously, depending on how you look at it, did that when he played Man in the Moon, when he was Andy Kaufman on set and off set until the end of the production. He would not answer to Jim Carrey, only Andy Kaufman. I think Dave Chappelle talked about that. So Robert Downey Jr.'s character was in character always as this black sergeant in this movie that they're filming within the movie, which is Tropic Thunder. And so his character necessitates that he darken his skin and talk in an accent that sounds believable as a black man. But I do not, and I never have seen his character as being offensive. At least look at Saturday Night Live or certain. I was growing up, and you had a white actor portraying Jesse Jackson, and he might have on makeup, right? I didn't get offended by that because I thought that they did a pretty good Jesse Jackson, or when Billy Crystal would do Muhammad Ali. Now, some people got offended by it, whatever. I didn't. What I would find offensive is looking at some of these old movies in the 30s and 40s where they're in blackface and they're clearly making fun of black people in general. Because the motivation is to put on a caricature and a negative portrayal and a negative stereotype of black people. That's something totally different. And that's what y'all talking about. Y'all talking about, hey, why can't I put on blackface and make fun of black people? That's not what Druski'S doing. That's not what Robert Downey Jr. did. That's not what some of these other people did. By the way, you had voice actors before they changed this rule where now, you know, people of that persuasion have to portray the character, which to me, quite honestly, I think that's kind of stupid because that's the point of being an actor, but whatever. Racial sensitivity, fine, whatever. But I didn't get offended if a white guy did Apu's voice. But like I said, we're in different times now. But my God, you can't sit there and call us sensitive if you're getting sensitive about this shit. Nobody cries more than white racists. You cry all the time. Oh, it's movie. Look at all these black actors. Oh man, it's 10 leads and 3 of them are black. I mean, come on. I mean, it's ridiculous. Oh, they're talking about making James Bond a black guy. You talking about a fictional character? You know, I could look at 10 Commandments, right, from 1950s and enjoy the movie. But it does kind of bother me that I don't see any black people in the motherfucking movie from a historical perspective. See, if you want to go that historical route, there's a lot of movies where you look at them and you look at the actors who portraying them, and, you know, we could play that game too. Starting with Jesus. But, you know, it's not that important. Look what the fuck racist motherfuckers did with the young black actor that played in the Star Wars movie 10 years back. It got so bad that he almost quit Hollywood. He didn't do any fucking thing. So look, if you got a problem with Drewski, then just stop watching. Just fucking just isolate yourself. Only look at, certain extreme right wing QAnon conspiracy bullshit. Just put yourself in a whole different, because the real world is too scary for you. I just unbelievable, man. The shit these motherfuckers get mad about. A comedy sketch? Anyway, that's all I got to say about it, man. Tell what you guys think.